Hi everyone, welcome to JubileeMag.com, and we are here today with Mr. Kenneth Whalum, jazz royalty I call it. Welcome to JubileeMag.com.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so tell us about, we know you have a family that's well known for jazz. What was that like growing up in a jazz family?
It was cool because I didn't really know at the time, what it was. I knew it was music, so I knew my uncle played and everybody sang and stuff together. So I didn't really look at it critically, for a long time. I just enjoyed it. So, and there was no pressure from my uncle or my dad or anybody. So I just kind of grew up, figuring out what I liked as far as music and everything else. And when I decided to start playing, they were behind me.
How'd you choose the saxophone?
Well, I started playing drums before I started playing the sax. I ended up playing the sax when I got to my middle school for the first day of band class, 6th grade, and the teacher was a fan of my uncle's, and she saw my last name and just kind of forced me to move from the drums to the sax. So, but I ended up falling in love with it after a while.
Wow. So what was your journey like going from just seeing your family excel in that area to you doing your own thing with well-known artists like on the road?
Well, it was it was a tough one just because you have people that come before you. You have all kinds of opinions and expectations that other people might have based on the footprint that was there before me. But I never really felt pressure. I took a long time and didn't play music and just hung out and just kind of grew up. So it was cool, but I won't complain about it. It was a good one.
Right. So I had a chance to interview. Now I forget which relative is which. Kirk Whalum, is that your uncle,
yeah, that's my
cousin,
uncle?
I interviewed him. It was a couple years ago, and he was great. And he talked about what life was like growing up in a family of faith and a family of jazz. So talk about the importance that faith plays in your career.
Well, man, I don't even know where I would be if I hadn't been if I hadn't met Christ as early as I did, you know what I mean? Because growing up, most times, especially young men, I'll say young black males because that's what I am. But I can speak for us when I say it's hard, you know what I mean? And a lot of times you kind of stray off path, and you kind of need that internal compass, you know what I mean? You need to having that relationship with God has just it's been the reason I kept going, and the fact that I listen to, I pray and I listen to God, and I try to get a clear message from Him. I think that has led me to where I am right now.
Okay. We also have a lot of singles, that are our followers. Tell us the importance of, how did you know when you met your wife, how did you know that she was the one?
Man, I think maybe it was God telling me again.
Okay.
Because, when I met her, I didn't know her, anything, of course, but matter of fact, before I met her, I saw her, you know what I mean? And I said then that, that was my wife. So,
really?
Yeah, I don't know what it was that day, you know what I mean? But, I kind of knew, I knew. So the first time I saw her, and I didn't know how realistic that was or whatever it was, but I proceeded, as if it was the truth. So, and she, once I met her, she's just, she's my rock, man. She understands me, and, it takes a special kind of person to understand a musician, a traveling musician, just an artist anyway, you know what I mean? So, I knew ahead of time, and then when I met her and I saw how she was, she's a believer as well. She's supportive of me, and I just knew,
That's beautiful. We love it, love it, love it. So talk about your latest project that you have out.
My album that I put out is called To Those Who Believe. It's all original songs. It features Common. It features Robert Glasper, Derek Hodge, Chris Dave. They're the band, and it was kind of. I could have put an album out a long time ago, but I didn't feel like it was the right time. I wasn't really in a rush to do that, because I've been working and stuff like that. So it was the right time for me. It was just kind of a snapshot of where I am in life. The songs I hear and have in my heart, and I love it. I love playing the music. I love when other people say they enjoy the music. So that's all I have out right now. I'm working on new music, and when the time is right and when I feel led to let it out, I'll let it out. I'll put it out. But I'm not in a rush. I put that out at the end of 2011. And I haven't felt the need to rush any music out. You know what I mean?
But it's jazz music, so it never expires.
Right.
It can go on and on and on.
Right. It's just the truth. It's just my truth. You know what I mean? So, it might expire to one, but it'll never expire for me. You know what I mean?
Right, and all of us fellow jazz lovers.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it like traveling? You perform with Maxwell and Ludacris today, and who was it yesterday? T.I. yesterday.
I was chilling.
Oh, you chilling? Oh, okay.
I was in. We were rehearsing for Ludacris show today.
Ludacris show today. How'd that go today?
It was insane.
Really?
A sea of people. The energy was crazy. I had never been to Music Midtown, so I didn't know what to expect. It was insane. People as far as you can see.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow, that's awesome. So what are you expecting to see in your performance tonight for your show?
Man, honestly, I just want to go in and play. A lot of times, a lot of hoopla is surrounded by different events, and whether it has to do with me or not, to be able to just come and play my music at a small place and, kind of just in the cut, it's just good for me because I get to actually express myself. It's like exercising, you feel good after you work out, and that's what this is. Last night was great, great crowds, both shows. And I just got up there and had fun, small spot, that's kind of like more of my thing,
Okay, last question. For those aspiring musicians, some people want to aspire to be actors, athletes, dentists, whatever it may be. What are some words of encouragement that you can give for those that want to be specifically jazz musicians?
Well, that is such a hard answer, it's a lifestyle, you know what I mean? You have to devote your entire life to your own betterment, you know what I mean? And a lot of times that's hard to do until it's too late, you know what I mean? The timing doesn't really line up for you to mature and for you to get better, you know what I mean? So you have to make the time, you have to, just devote yourself. And I'm working every day, to be better, every single day. I practice every day, and that's what it takes. It takes practice, it takes just devotion, you know what I mean? And of course, God, you just have to keep yourself as upright as you can, you know what I mean? And everything will fall in line. Everybody's not meant to be a jazz musician, And if you're listening to the right thing, you'll realize what it is you're supposed to do.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to the show. It's about to start.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it.
Thank you for taking time with JubileeMag.com.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, I'm Kenneth Whalum III, and you are logged into JubileeMag.com.